Look, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy,
Next story up. So this is an update on the Bob Lee murder. You guys remember Bob Lee was the CEO who created Cash App and a lot of cryptocurrency and different things. Okay, y'all remember Bob Lee. Remember I told you guys a few weeks ago that he was found stabbed out in front of a high-rise apartment in a well-to-do area out there in San Francisco. You guys remember the story? Okay, well, we've got an update on it. Now, they did end up catching the murder suspect. The murder suspect's name is Nima Momini, okay? And he is the person that they say stabbed and killed Bob Lee. They also say that Bob Lee dated the murder suspect's ex-girlfriend back in the day before he started casually sleeping with the murder suspect's sister, who is also married. So this is, I don't even know what shape this is. This ain't no triangle. It's not really a love triangle. It's more of a, I think the brother / ex-boyfriend was fed up with Bob Lee getting with people, the women in his life. Didn't like that because the way that the articles read that I've read, it seemed like Bob Lee was actually having an affair with the murder suspect's girlfriend. Like he might have been with her at the same time that Bob Lee was. So he didn't fucked up that relationship. Then he turned around and started having sex and sleeping with the murder suspect's sister. He was like, motherfucker, so you just gonna do something to all of the women that I know, huh? Okay, well then we gonna fix this. I think that's where no Momini, I think that was maybe his train of thought. Now, he's 38 years old, tech consultant. And they say that this whole group of people, they run in these circles. There's like a secret society circle that is sort of like a swingers group where they party, they do drugs, they sleep with each other. And they're saying that all of them belonged to this group. Oh, maybe the murder suspect didn't belong to the group, but I think that the girls did belong to the group. And Momini, once he found out that Bob Lee was pushing up on the sister, he actually confronted Bob Lee and asked him, were you sleeping with my sister, doing drugs, or doing anything else inappropriate? So, yeah. Now, they're saying that Momini was a naturally jealous person. And actually, I'm reading here, they're saying that Bob Lee started messing with the ex-girlfriend after Momini and her broke up. It's just that he's a jealous boyfriend or jealous ex-boyfriend and let his emotions take the best of him. But yeah, they're saying that Bob Lee was sleeping with a woman named Kazar Momini, who's married to Dino Elasnia, okay, who is a well-known San Francisco-based plastic surgeon, okay? So all of this is what culminated into Momini and Bob Lee having a confrontation that night, and Momini stabbing him multiple times, and Bob Lee collapsing in front of the luxury apartment and the people finding him. Okay, so that is what happened. Now, I thought that it was something a little bit more sinister, but turns out it was just an affair of the heart, you guys. But there are people that are saying that that's bullshit. That story is bullshit. The alleged lady that he had the affair with, of course, she hasn't spoken out. She's not going to, because she's still actively married to the plastic surgeon. Okay, so I'm sure they're just going to leave this story alone and hope that it dies down. Bob Lee, of course, is dead. Momini thinks whatever he thinks, but he's in jail. So yeah, it's a tragedy. But there are people that are saying that these reports that have come out are not true, and that Bob Lee and Kazar was not having an affair. Makes you wonder if that is really the truth, or are they just doing damage control and trying to say, oh, no, they weren't having any affair. So if it is not true, then we can go back to the original speculation of feeling like it was something sinister. But it's interesting that this man would kill Bob Lee. Now, this is the conspiracy theorist in me that doesn't usually rear its ugly head, but I'm starting to feel like, well, maybe Bob was messing with Momini. Okay? Stabbing is so passionate. Like, you have to be on the metal. I mean, you can be passionate about your sister too. You know, that is still kind of an affair of the heart kind of thing. But what if Momini and Bob Lee had something so secret and on the DL that nobody knew about? Okay, and maybe Momini was jealous of the fact that Bob Lee was getting with all these women and still getting with him. Let me stop putting out all these rumors, child. Of course, that is just my own thinking. That is not out. That's not part of the reports or anything like that. Okay, but yeah. Autopsy report says that Bob Lee died from 3 stab wounds. They also found in his system alcohol, ketamine, and cocaine. They say that Bob Lee was, quote, the Walgreens of recreational drugs. Okay, so Bob was out there doing the most. This party scene group that they were a part of was called The Lifestyle. That's where they had the recreational drugs and casual sex. So they said that he was a part of it for several years. Okay. They also said that he attended raves, that he took ecstasy, ketamine, cocaine. So like he was on drugs. And so yeah, it's still probably a lot more to this story. But yeah, Bob Lee was out there living his life. Okay. Now, he was married, but he was separated. And his wife, Crystal Lee, said that, no, he was not on drugs. He was not no big drug man. No, he was not on drugs. No, he was not no big partier or anything like that. And that he was probably microdosing ketamine because of his depression. Okay? So there, I just had to give you all of the ins and outs of that, the update on that story, child. But yeah, they say Bob Lee was out there doing a lot. And it caught up with him, okay, in the form of the jealous ex-boyfriend / brother. So, yeah, but he's arrested. He's in jail. Probably going to be in jail for a long time.
Taught me, but we're too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy,
All right, guys, next story up. So yesterday was pretty entertaining on social media. You guys know that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has decided that they were going to continue on. They have a new season that they are filming currently. It was on VH1, but you guys know that they've moved to MTV now. So MTV is the one that's producing the show. I stopped watching that show. I stopped reviewing that show a while ago. I just can't do it anymore. But the antics are still carrying on, you guys. So after Spice and Erica must have had a scene together that didn't go well, Spice was pissed, and so Spice took to social media, and she claimed that, I mean, she said a lot of stuff, but the original thing that she said was that Erica was a dumb bitch for flipping the table on her. Okay, what is the problem that you have with Spice? Spice is not messing with Safari. She don't want none of Safari's dick. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Okay, you need to worry about the fact that you still messing with him. As the ex-wife, y'all got a divorce just for you to still be fucking him and you being the side chick now. Like, girl, make it make sense, okay? And we saw it and we were just sort of like, oh, now what didn't happen? And then I was like, oh, they're filming the season. So obviously these two had a run-in. And then you guys know people like to come to social media and then just kind of express themselves. And then we realize that this might be a draw to watch the show. I still ain't watching the show. But I mean, it'd be so much shit going on social media that really you could just sit there and watch that. So, Erica posted a very simple message for Erica, because you guys know how Erica loves to play the victim. You know, always makes it look like she's this great person and everybody just does her wrong. Okay. But I remember the old Erica. Okay. And I don't even know if the old Erica is any different from this new Erica. I have a feeling like they're the same person. So I don't feel sorry for Erica because she knew what she was getting into with Safari. Do I like Safari? No, Safari is an ass for all of the things that he's done, you know, because if you're going to get married to the woman, you know, act like a married fucking man. If you're going to have babies with this woman, act like a fucking daddy. Okay? So yeah, you know, Safari, we shitting on his name too. But right now we talking about Erica. Beautiful woman who's had a lot of work done. To me, didn't need it. To me, she messed up she looked way better, I think, when she was more natural. But she's still a very pretty woman. I can see why men would want to be with her, okay? But that inside, y'all, is ugly. That inside is nasty. That inside is manipulative. And, no. And it was interesting the way that the people on the show, the ladies on the show, they were all trying to be very supportive of Erica at one time, because Safaree was just such an asshole that it made you gravitate towards Erica's side. So she was actually getting the benefits of people believing her side and just trashing Safaree. But really, both of them trash. Both of them, okay? But for different reasons. Now, Erica... So I was surprised when she posted, because normally she be going on and she be wanting to go off on the people and all of this. But all she posted this time was that not one person that's come against me has prospered, or something along those lines. Child, why she did that? Child, now you talking about pulling out the Jamaican, child. That damn Spice got on live. And I couldn't believe that I sat there and watched it. It had to be about a good 10, 12 minutes. 10 to 12 minutes of somebody getting cussed out is a long ass time. Especially when the other person is not there to counter what that person is saying. All we doing is listening to Spice in this patois, Jamaican accent, you know, halfway English, half Jamaican patois. It was just sort of like, okay. So I'm going to try to get through it a little bit and just kind of tell you what she was saying. But she was basically saying that her and Erica was cool, you know, and she was trying to be supportive. They were all trying to be supportive of Erica, you know, even after Safaree had did her wrong and all that. Even though Spice realized that Erica got with Safaree when he was with some other woman, you know, she kind of stole Safaree from that woman. I said, stole? Is that the word? But anyway, she took the Safaree from him herself, got married, had the kids. Like, you did all of that, okay? The way you got them is the way that you lose them, girl. You know, that's some of y'all favorite little sayings, okay? So, yes, Spice said that was fucked up to begin with. Then when her and Safaree started having their problems, they was breaking up. You know, Spice tried to be supportive of her. She said that in her face, her and Erica was fine. You know, they was ace boon coons. They was, you know, friends. But behind Spice's back, Erica supposedly was talking about Spice. And it got back to Spice. I don't know who might have told Spice that, but it got back to her. And she was just like, you fake ass bitch. I know all of these things about you. She started talking about how, you know, she almost died on the table, but Erica almost died from bad dick. I said, now what kind of dick is this that we gonna die from it, girl? Is that Spice dropping the info that Erica has like an incurable degenerative type of disease that she's gonna die from? Like, what you trying to say? That's all. That was a big claim. But she said you almost died from, I think she said something about her having syphilis in her system. And girl, I mean, child, just a whole bunch of stuff. And how this was Bambi's season, which was interesting. I guess now everybody is supporting Bambi with this breakup with Scrappy. So they done moved off of Erica. And so I guess on the show, you know, Erica is not going to have as many of the friends. And that Erica and Bambi supposedly was like this. Once I saw that them two was getting like this, that's when I knew I had to stop watching the show. Because y'all know I liked Bambi and I didn't like Erica, and I couldn't understand why Bambi couldn't, you know, why everybody was coming to Erica's defense and forgetting how she was. I was just like, let me just get off of this show. This is too much for me. But honey, that damn Spice went off. I'm talking about went off. And she was so determined to make sure that she said what she had to say, is that she was out in public somewhere. People would come up to her, you know, they would recognize her. And they would come up to her, she'd be like, hi, love. And she would get off the live, and then she would talk to whoever it was. And then she came back on the live. She did it like 2 or 3 times. And so I was like, she is determined to make sure that she gets all of her feelings out about this. Yeah, she had a lot to say. Now, was it fucked up? Yes, it was fucked up. Because when you're friends with somebody and that person trusts you and give you some of their dark, deep secrets, even when you're not friends, I ought to be able to trust you enough. I trust you at one time for you not to say anything. I ought to be able to trust you enough to you not saying, you know, not blowing my cover and telling all the business even after the fact. But you can't blame people for blasting you, you know, if you talking shit about them. You know, so it kind of goes both ways. Like, we got to respect each other enough to know that, yeah, I know a whole bunch of shit about you and vice versa. But I ain't going to say nothing. You ain't going to say nothing. And we just going to agree to not be friends anymore. But when you start talking behind people's back and saying shit, you know, then, you know, I mean, I still wouldn't. I've had friendships that have fallen by the wayside. You know, and I might know some things about some people, but that's not just not me. I'm not going to blast them like that. But I wonder how I would feel if somebody said some shit about me that I didn't want. You know, you just human. But it was fucked up that Spice did. I mean, you didn't have to tell all that business. Because apparently Erica must have said something. I don't know what she said about Spice. I don't think Spice actually said exactly what she said about her, but whatever it was, it must have been pretty bad. Spice seems to believe that Erica is jealous of her, you know, and Spice was like, I don't know what the big deal is. Like, you act like you being a single woman with these kids is like the worst thing, and you ain't gonna be able to make it. Spice was like, I've been a single mama, I got all these damn kids, you know, life fucking goes on, girl. Just, you a mama, do what you gotta do. And while we talking about these kids, where's your oldest? Okay, that's the other conversation. I always forget that she has an older child. I don't think that he lives with her. I think that he lives with the dad, or he's on the dad's side or whatever. But the fact that she's always crying about Safari and what he's doing, she never mentions anything about that oldest one. Yeah, I don't think that she has the oldest one. He should be somewhere around 14, 15, 16 now. Yeah, child, when I tell you that Spice went off, I was like, whoo, whoo. But it's going to be interesting. If you guys do watch the show, y'all have to let me know how that goes, because if Erica and Spice got into a fight, child, I would be there to watch that one. That's all I gotta say. Okay, because we've seen Erica fight. We've kind of seen Spice do a little shuffling around as well, too. But, you know, yeah. But I'm not supposed to be condoning violence. I'm not condoning violence. But, you know, sometimes when friendships end, everybody just needs to go their separate ways and let that be that. When you get to talking about each other and everything, it's a mess. And it's a friendship that probably will not be recovered. Not that I feel like Erica or Spice even cares about that at this point. But, no, all that Spice was doing was not just for y'all to come and watch the show. Spice was like, this is real life. Give a fuck about a show. Okay, this is what's happening today, right now. Y'all let me know what you think about that. Y'all team Erica? Y'all team Spice? And I still need to find out exactly what happened with Spice before I just be team Spice too. Girl, you had to do all that? I mean, you said all the business, didn't she? Oh, it's hot in this fucking car.
Streets that taught me I'm just trying to get my nigga paid. We came from Section 8 and I knew
it's hot in this car. Next story up. Your boy Lil Wayne. That Lil Wayne was pissed off the other day in concert, and he didn't even come out to perform. So he is on his Welcome to the Carter tour. It started in April 4th, and it has 28 stops. Okay, now he was on a stop. I'm not sure exactly where he was. I didn't put it in my notes, but he was trying to also promote some people, I guess, that he has signed to Young Money, some new rappers or whatever. And so I guess he had the bright idea that he was going to have them open up for him, and then he would come out. Okay. And so that's what they did. They came out, and well, they're new rappers. And the people that came there to see Lil Wayne, they didn't know who they were. These are new artists, okay? Don't know the music, don't know the artists. So it's just sort of like, okay, what you want us to do? We sitting up here watching this motherfucker. We ain't know him from Adam. He just came on the stage, and, you know, I mean, he did what he had to do, you know, thank you for your service. But, like, what else you want us to do? Okay, ain't nobody jumping up and vibing and having a great time to some shit that we hearing for the first time. I mean, unless it's just super bomb. Okay, unless it's like on a, I'm getting tired of your shit. You don't never buy me nothing. You guys know that's Erykah Badu. But you guys remember when she first brought out Tyrone, the first time the audience heard it, they loved it. Okay, well, everybody can't be Erykah Badu. Okay, everybody can't do Tyrone. So when Wayne had all these people out there, the people didn't know. That Wayne got so up in his feelings, he was pissed because the people was not giving his artists up on the stage, you know, the extra love that he felt that they needed. He said, "This is my motherfucking artist, Alan. That was Twist. That was Yaj. We are Young Money. We appreciate y'all time." He put the microphone down. He motioned to them guys to come follow him off the stage. And baby, we ain't seen Lil Wayne no more at that concert. Them people said they was waiting for that nigga to come back out. And honey, he had got in the car and was gone. He was like, no, he ain't coming back. Y'all get your shit together. Go leave the venue and take it on home. I mean, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Okay, that shit was funny to me. I mean, I would have been pissed if I was in the audience, though. Like, I spend my money. I want to see you. Okay, Lil Wayne, that's really the main reason why I'm there. And give a fuck about all these other people. Okay? So now I got to get in trouble because you done brought all these unknowns up there and then I didn't party to their music. Yeah, I'm going to need you to fucking grow up, Lil Wayne Carter. And I was cracking up when I read that, though. I was just like, ooh, he must be good and mad. Why y'all did Lil Wayne artists like that? That was Alan, Twist, Yaj. Okay? Y'all need to learn how to be more patient with these new artists. Wayne, now you know you need to give them people back their money, or you need to go on back and give them the show that they paid for. Stop being petty.
Was it since the second grade? Man, I swear my time is coming cause I'm never late.
All right, you guys, next story up. I don't know why this is a big story, but it's a big story. I don't even really want to talk about it because, you know, I don't really like Gabrielle Wade or Dwayne Wade like that. No, I don't like them. They're not my favorite couple, so I try to avoid even talking about them. And it has nothing to do with their family dynamics and you know, their daughter or any of that. You know, not the baby, but the other daughter. It has nothing to do with that. I just have never seen it for them from way, way back before they even got married. Getting back to the story, Gabrielle Union was on an interview on Bloomberg television, and she was discussing how she and Dwayne Wade split everything in their household 50-50. And she was saying how it actually makes her nervous because whenever she's not working, she knows that she's got to put food on the table. She's got to take care of her family. And, you know, so just because she's married to a multi-millionaire, that doesn't ease up her own values and goals that she has set for her own self to know that she has enough money to take care of her family. And it was funny because when I was reading this, I was like, this sounds like a Capricorn type thing. You know, we feeling like we gotta do 50-50 because we don't want a motherfucker telling us that we don't pay nothing around here. We don't want nobody telling us that, you know, they do everything. You know, part of that is a control manifestation. Let me bring out the words for y'all. Part of that is like a control thing because you still need to, you don't want to be in a place where somebody is 100% taking care of you and then you got to hear everything that they say. You got to go 100% by their rules, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that's in a normal household where everybody making $75,000 a year or, you know, $50,000 a year, you know, separately, but as a unit together. You know, if you just have a regular household, then I can understand how you would feel this way. But when you are married to a multi-millionaire, then there's other things at play here, okay? And so it makes me feel like that's how she thinks. Like, I'm never going to be in a situation people think that I'm just being taken care of. I'm taking care of my fucking self. I have my own money. That is, I'm telling you, it's a Capricorn thing. You know, I don't know what sign Gabrielle Union is, but, you know, of course, people had a lot to say about the fact that you're married to him and you feel like this. Well, I think that you have to look at this story a little bit differently. Yes, she's allowed to feel that way if she just feels the responsibility. We don't know if Dwayne is, you know, calling her up on the 1st and the 15th, like, okay, now what you got on this gas bill? What you got on the water? Okay, the damn cell phone bill's $500, you know, I'll send the $250, send the water bill 75 cents, $34.50 for that. You know, it's just sort of like you got this man who can clearly pay everything. Listen, I think what I'm trying to say is, it's okay, whatever works in your household. I've told you guys before, like me and Mr., we don't share finances. We don't buy shit together. Like our house, of course, we bought together, but we don't buy our cars together. We don't have credit cards together. Like none of that. That's your shit. Okay? When you fuck up your credit over there, then that's on you. I'm going to take care of my shit over here. Now, of course, we have certain things that we've agreed on. Like, you're going to pay this, I'm going to pay that. Okay? And all of that. And that's what works in our household. So really, you need to just worry about what works in your household. I think that Gabrielle don't have to be so hard on herself, because if it did come a time where she lost every single penny in her bank, then of course she has the Wayne way to fall back on. What makes that shit a whole lot more dicey is when my money is all completely gone, and then I got to just be relying on Mr. It's going to be a problem for sure, you know? So I think that she's still in that mentality of having a regular household lifestyle, finances and everything, as opposed to being like a multi-millionaire and all of that, you know? And Dwayne, he probably could pay everything and probably wouldn't care. But he knows that he has a wife that wants to have the recognition that she takes care of her home and her family the same way that he does. There's nothing wrong with that, you guys. People do whatever works best in their relationships. I have never understood how people share bank accounts. Okay? Never. Me and Mr. tried that at the beginning. Well, damn near ended this damn relationship. Okay? No, that's not for me. And my mom and dad, I told y'all before, honey, Ruby was just like, girl, your daddy got his own account and so do I. Okay, and we agreed on what we need to pay and who is paying what, and that's it. And everybody got their own money. And when it's big projects that need to be done, then we're going to come together. We're going to put it in another pot together. And that worked completely well for me. Okay? Because when you're with somebody, you got your own spending habits. And the thing about me and Mr. is we both like to spend money. I mean, you know, I don't just be out there shopping and shit like that. But when it's something that I know that I want, I'm going to go buy it. I don't care how much it is. And that's the same way that Mr. is. Mr. show up here with a damn new car, some shit, new lowrider, something. Okay, like big ticket items. Do you know how fucking pissed I'd be if this nigga was up in my account getting the $7,000 out to get some old jalopy that he about to fix up? And nigga, no. But if that's your money, I don't give a damn what you do. As long as you paying this house note, as long as you paying your bills, the shit that you agreed to, and as long as I paid what I agreed to, then you know what? Have at it. That's your money. You work hard for it. You do whatever the hell you want to do. But all this mixing and shit, Now, if we was millionaires and Mr. wanted to pay every single thing, that would actually be hard for me. Let me take it back. Yeah, it would be hard for me. Like, I would feel like I'm not contributing to anything. So if Mr. said, I'm going to pay every single bill in this house and all the money that you have is just yours, then I know that I would be spending that money on projects around the house. Like, I would be spending the money on something that felt like it was for both of us. Okay, whenever we go out, then treats on me. Like, I'm paying for everything. Like, because I don't know, it would be very difficult for me to be looked at as a taken care of woman. Okay, I've been working since I was 15 years old. Like, no breaks, except for when we first moved here. I didn't work for like 8 months. And right when I was getting in the swing of being one of them ones that didn't work, then I got a job, you know. But, hold on, y'all. That's the mail lady. I'm trying to see if she put in the box in my... Peggy, you sent my stuff? Because we ain't talked in a couple of days, but I was waiting. Trying to see if I see her putting the box in there. She's taking a long time. She's scanning something. Oh, I think it might be a box. Hold on, y'all. Let me go check and see. Y'all hear Blue barking. I'm excited. Sometimes Peggy like to surprise me. I'll be right back. Oh, Pega, you did it. Oh, I knew. I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was going to be in there. You guys, that has made my day. You guys have no idea how bummed I've been all week. Oh, nothing like a surprise. I almost showed y'all my address. I am so excited. We're not going to open it on here, but just know it's something good in here. Y'all going to see it on me when... Anyway, thank you, Pega. And if you guys are looking for some jewelry, you reach out to Jewels by Pega on Instagram. All of your jewelry needs. She is a part of my family at this point, you guys. I got my wedding ring from her parents who have the jewelry store. And then over the years, I've purchased much jewelry from them. So thank you, Pega. I'm so excited. Let me just... I just knew it. That's how good I know you, Peggy. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about Dwayne. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, this here. I wouldn't have been able to buy this if I had to talk to Mister about it. But anyway, you guys, let me just move on. But, I mean, I understand how Gabrielle feels. It's just harder for us to understand because they're millionaires. But sometimes it's hard to leave that type of thinking behind. Like, okay, I'm rich now. I've known some people that it took a while for them to enjoy their wealth because they were so used to being broke at a time, you know, or used to knowing that, oh, if I spend this, something might come up and I might, you know. So yeah, that type of mentality, if it's been ingrained in you, if it's something that you've been through for a long time, a good part of your life, and then all of a sudden you come into all this money, sometimes it's hard for you to start thinking as a rich person, you know? So, I mean, I got it. I'm team do whatever the hell works best in your household. That's what I'm team. Okay? What do you guys, though? Do you think that Gabrielle is doing too much and that Dwayne should be paying all the bills, or do you feel like she's right where she needs to be? Y'all let me know.
Broken homes and broken dreams are getting paid. Dollar bill. Listen close.
All right, you guys, next story. So they say that Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan Markle, were in a high-speed chase, much like the one that his mother, Diane, Princess Diane, was in with her new love back in the day, where she actually, unfortunately, met her death. When they had the accident. Remember, they were running from paparazzi. They were driving upwards of almost 200 miles an hour through a tunnel, and they got into an accident. They said that they were pretty much like decapitated. It was horrendous. Well, apparently, Meghan and Harry, they were in New York City for the Women of Visions Award. Okay, Meghan was getting one of the awards, and of course, anytime royalty, even though they're not the Dutch and Duchesses of Sussex any longer, but anytime, you know, paparazzi is going to be around. Part of the reason why they moved from overseas to the States is because the paparazzi, historically, even though it can be a whole lot here in the States as well, it's nothing like it is over there in Great Britain. So they moved over there. I mean, there's other reasons, of course, we know why they moved to the States, but that was partially part of the reason as well, because he was like, they gonna kill my damn wife out there just from us trying to make sure that we keep away from the paparazzi. Okay. And so they went to LA. There's ways to escape the paparazzi in LA. Okay, especially if you move out in remote areas like where they are there in Santa Barbara, they out there by Oprah, they huge property. It's gonna take a lot for the damn paparazzi to get to them. But when they were in New York, and they're in New York City in Manhattan, of course, it's gonna be difficult to escape that kind of scrutiny. So after they came out, they got into their Uber or taxi. I don't know. Now, this part of the story is weird because they say that they were in a taxi. They even interviewed the taxi driver. But then now I'm hearing that was not true, that they were not in that taxi. I was like, they didn't have a car for the fucking Dutch and Duchesses of Sussex? Why are we getting in taxis? Okay, so I don't know if that taxi story is true or not.
The drill, gets hungry trying to get a meal. I've been in light, who gon' pay a bill? I've been in action, been in traction, surplus with nipples lacking, shining light but still be blacking, red lights will stop the action,
But they're saying that, I'm so excited about my box. I want to hurry up and finish this video so I can look. I love me a surprise, y'all. I'm telling you I do. But anyway, so they got in the car and the paparazzi was chasing them. They said that the paparazzi was driving on sidewalks, backing up down one-way streets, driving upwards past 100 miles an hour, just like all this, and how dangerous. 2 hours? I'm sorry. And also Meghan's mother was in the car with them too. That is a long time to be running from somebody. 2 fucking hours. Okay. Now it's been confirmed that it really did happen. You know, it's not hard for these cities to look on their cameras and see a taxi or Uber or whatever car that they was in flying through New York with all of these other cars following very closely at their tail. So, you know, there's no reason for them to lie about the story. But yeah, it was just sort of like, I know Harry had to feel like this was a foreshadowing and that the same thing was going to happen to his wife that happened to his mother. And I've always felt like Harry, I'm sure both of him and his brother were really affected by the death of the mother, but Harry, for whatever reason, seemed to be even more affected, if that's fair to say. Or he just shows his grief differently, I should say. I shouldn't say that he's more than William, okay, because I don't know that. But he shows his grief differently, and you could tell that there was a bond with him and his mother, and the fact that his mom died, he was so young, all of that. So now he has like this protective thing that he has over his wife. And for you to be in the backseat of the car and flying through New York with these paparazzis driving as crazy as they are, I know he had to feel like, oh my God, here it goes again. Now, there's a part of me, that little inkling, that little naggy part, you know, the devil's advocate, if you want to call it that just said, baby, why you didn't just stop the car and let the people take the pictures? Because ain't no reason why we all got to die, okay? Yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's an infringement on your privacy. Yes, you don't know these people. You don't know what they're going to do with these pictures. Like, all of that, I get. If they doing all of this, how about we stop this car? I'm going to get out. Y'all take few pictures and leave us the fuck alone. Can we get back to our hotel, please? Because I didn't want to see them die. I know that they just probably like, let us get our asses back to California, because it's way more laid back in California than in than in New York. And of course, where they are, they wouldn't have to deal with any of that. I don't know when all of the fervor will die down around those two, but I know they ready for it to just be over. I mean, you know, all of the attention and the speculation. But I kind of feel like that's going to be their lives for the rest of their lives. It just won't be as bad as it was overseas. What do y'all think about that, though?
To go, even when it's slow, higher heights to balance out the lows. Can't ride the wave because you ain't got a boat. All you need only
all right,
to
you
know.
guys, and then lastly, so our girl Beyonce says she ain't just a singer. You know, she got other stuff going on too. Okay. And so she posted the other day a picture of her. I think she was in a salon. And then she wrote a little note. You know, she likes to write a note to it. Sometimes you guys need to write shit down. Y'all write shit down still? But y'all do everything on your phones and in your computers. Sometimes you feel more connected to the topic that you're talking about when you write. That's why journalism is so cathartic. Cathartic. Is that the word? But you know, when you get it out, sometimes it comes through and it flows through the pen and you write it on down and all that, you know. So anyway, Beyonce wrote this letter, and basically what she told us is what we've heard her say plenty of times, that her mother was a hairstylist when she was growing up, and her Destiny's Child, you know, girlfriends slash bandmates or co-performers or whatever, friends, they were all friends. They used to perform in the salon for the girls, and you know, she always talked about her mom just as a beautician or as a salon owner or as a hairstylist, whatever you want to call it, you know, that she would be there for a lot of women. Women would tell her problems, that they would tell, you know, she would help them through things. She would help them just in whatever way that they want. It was a sisterhood, and Beyonce always looked up to that type of environment. So I was reading it. I was like, girl, where your hair salon at? We finna come. I thought she was opening up a salon. I was like, girl, I need somebody. Y'all gonna open one up in Atlanta? But no, it turns out it's not a salon, but it is a hair care line. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, this is sort of like anticlimactic It's sort of like the same time she announced Ivy Park. Well, Ivy Park, we was kind of excited about the relaunch of Ivy Park, not the original. But when she announced when she was a vegan, remember all that? She was going on a diet, and she had everybody waiting up till midnight to see what the damn announcement was going to be, and this bitch is stop eating meat. I said, Beyonce, now you know good damn well you done got these people together. They think an album is coming out, and you talking about going on a diet. Child, that Beyonce cracked me up. Okay, and when she did the watermelon water, she's had a couple of little ventures. She don't sign her name to too much. So whenever she does, that means that she's all in on it. So maybe that Ivy Park thing, you know, everybody can't do everything. I know we would like to think that Beyonce can do everything. She is a phenomenal talent. She has a lot of things that she can do. But maybe the fashion thing might not be her thing. Okay? The hair thing probably will be her thing because she comes from that background. Her mom is a hairstylist, and Beyonce has a beautiful, you know, when she's not wearing her wigs or weaves or whatever, she has beautiful hair on her head that grew out of her head that takes the maintenance. So she's taking care of it. She knows what she's doing. And so now she's got a hairline coming out. We still don't know when. You know, she always like to give us shit in bits and pieces. We might not know about this fucking hairline till Christmas. But it's okay. Beyonce say a queen work at her own pace, bitch. She said that directly to Ashley. Ashley was like, I feel like you called me a fat bitch when you said I was cracking up. That damn Ashley is funny. She said, that's fine. Moving on from that. I was just like, you know what, Ashley? Y'all, I'm sorry. I am so hot, and it's hot in this car. I'm excited about my box. I want to get out of here. Let me just end the video here. You guys going to be purchasing her hair care products. I mean, we've had Taraji P. Henson has her products. Tracy Ellis Ross has their products. And then, of course, we know about all these other, Mayel just sold to Procter & Gamble, was it? Carol's daughter sold to, was it L'Oreal, Estee Lauder? Anyway, everybody, you know, we've got these black artists who are putting out black hair care, you know, and focusing on our own special locks. So good for Beyonce. Okay. I keep on doing that because I just had a poke bowl, and I feel like there's one little teeny tiny smelt egg just floating around in my mouth, and it keep on wanting to lodge right here. Just one little orange, little tiny, y'all know what a smelt egg is? Okay. It feel like it's just one right here. Okay, and I keep on trying to get it, and it go away, and then it come back. So it find a little special place in my mouth, and it just hide out until it's time to show up again. So anyway, you guys, Beyonce said she's about to have some hair care stuff. Will you guys be buying this from her? All right, you guys, that's it. I'm gonna get off of here. We do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure that you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.